and welcome to the premiere episode of Class Dismissed, brought to you by Freedom Project Academy. The goal of this show is simple. We want to talk about what's going on in our lives, in your lives, and see if together we can make a little sense of it all. This isn't a show about politics or religion, but when those topics naturally come up, we promise to have thoughtful, respectful conversations that are safe for a van full of kids. Each week, we will cover just about everything under the sun. Movies, music, viral trends, weekend stories, vacation spots, and whatever else pops up in everyday life. Class Dismissed is a weekly show with new episodes dropping every Tuesday on YouTube, Facebook, Apple, and Spotify. Visit classdismissed.tv to subscribe on your favorite platform or download the Freedom Project Media app. Now, what really makes the show special is the incredible panel we have to guide the conversation. To my left, your right, we have Dave Harper, Jim Krause, and Katie Craig, also known as KC. And I am Katie Petrick. Welcome, everyone. How the show works is we each bring a story to discuss, and they can basically be about anything. So I, of course, will just kick things off to get this party started. I want to talk today with everyone about something we deal with every single day, our email. And Google email is probably the email that you all have. Who has a Google email? Raise your hand. Yeah, right. Everyone does. Well, parents, I'm calling out to you because I want to know if you knew about this one, because I certainly did not. Panel, let me know if you had heard this one. If you have a tween who is nearing the age of 13, listen up especially, because apparently Google emails your 13-year-old, or basically almost 13-year-old, to instruct them on how to remove parental controls without consent from the parents. I'm going to say that one more time. Google will email your kid about how to remove parental controls without consent from you, the parents, right as they're about to become a teenager. At 13. So basically, Google is saying you can graduate. That's their term. They're graduating you now, 13-year-old, to anything and everything. Now, my kids are still little, so they don't know how to turn a computer on yet. But I think this is impacting millions and millions.
And what is 13-year-olds? What is that? 7th, 8th grade?
Yeah, that's 7th, 8th grade.
Like middle school age that you're giving them. Yeah, you're giving them a lot of power to just be able to like not have any sort of restrictions, which I just think it's ridiculous.
I love how they email the kid, literally the kid, instead of the parent who has
asking them,
clearly signed up with their own email to create a Google
to make this happen.
Yeah, because how old do you have to be to create an email in Google? What's the minimum age?
That's a great question. I have no idea.
I mean, the parent has to give permission for the kid if they're under 18, I would assume, right? Mm-hmm. So they're giving their child permission to create an email account, and then Google's taking that parental control. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Well, hey, they have graduated.
Yeah, because 13 is a real prime age to graduate.
So what's crazy to me about this entire story is the fact that this is not actually a new thing. This is how Google has been doing it, but it's just been drawing attention as of late because of what happens with this one woman who is named Melissa McKay. She's the president of the Digital Childhood Institute. So she cares about what's happening in the digital world. Well, she has a 12-year-old son, and it was the 12-year-old son who just got the email, right? And so she had this whole account set up, just like you were saying, through the Google Family Link product that they have. And so that's the only reason how she knew about it. So immediately she took to LinkedIn, which I didn't know was still a thing, side note, but blasted this out there, letting everyone know. And interesting what Google responded with. It just so happens that Google magically has decided to take away this whole parental control policy that they've had. Interesting, I say, because the person who actually was in charge of making a statement on behalf of Google, Kate Charlet, who is the head of global privacy, safety, and security, actually said, "Oh, well, we've been planning to change this."
Lies.
Wait, say it again. What was that?
Lies.
And Katie,
they got caught.
Katie, you didn't even tell our viewers as well that the first article that we referenced was from Daily Caller. It was written on January 12th. This article here, the Google reverses parental control policy, was on January 13th.
Wait a minute.
Wow.
Right. we all
knows math?
We all work in an all online school. To change a policy like this on our end is a couple clicks, right? And after reading the second article, there was a part in there where they were talking about like now the Google spokesperson, who you pronounce her name so perfectly, was saying that now the kid has to now explicitly ask the parent for permission. And I thought that was such an interesting word choice because it's like a double entendre. Right. So a 13-year-old, about to be 13-year-old, is going to explicitly ask their parent for permission to get explicit material. That's really all it is.
Interesting how that worked out. Well, yes, Kate Charlet, who actually said these changes better ensure protection stay in place until both the parent and teen feel ready for the next step. What does that even mean?
What is the next step?
If you've ever taught middle schoolers, or if you have children who are middle school age, they cannot control their brain. I mean, they're still formulating who they are. They have no idea, and they're up and down every single day is a different day. They could be happy and happy as a clam one day, and the next day they're crying their eyes out.
Next day, man, we're talking next class period.
Yeah, absolutely.
You were fine. What happened?
But we're going to give them the ability to self-monitor. Yikes.
Good job, Google. Why's coming out of your things. All right, so this steps into like the world technology, right? Like we're in technology all day, every day. Look at this thing right in front of us. Look at us interacting with you. It's technology. That's how we can do it. But there's something different about us trying to engage with you and what we see now happening with artificial intelligence, right? It's everywhere. It's all around us.
Yeah, I mean, we see it all the time in education, in the classrooms. Teachers are finding students using AI. And one of the scariest things that I think is happening is when I was teaching, one of the most difficult things to teach a student to do is to write. Because it involves so many different aspects of the brain. You have to be creative. You have to be able to have recall of information that you've learned. You have to be able to synthesize new information with previously learned information and then articulate that onto a page. I think it's a tremendous skill, and it takes a lot of effort, and it takes a lot of struggle. And what AI is doing now is it's creating all these shortcuts for these kids, and it's short-circuiting the whole learning process. They're not going through the struggle of really learning a skill, whether that be learning how to play a musical instrument like the piano or the guitar, or learning how to play a sport, because you have to practice something so diligently with a focused level that builds the capacity in you to be able to do this very, very well, right? And you have to do it over long periods of time. This is a shortcut that is just short-circuiting their ability to think. And that's what's scary to me.
Well, and I think like I have little kids, and so I am teaching things that I know, obviously, as they get older, are going to be so easy for them. Mm-hmm. But they have to struggle through this little bit here to basically connect, not have a short circuit happen, connect your brain into what you're trying to do. And so I always say, and I relate this to my high schoolers, it's not so much, I'm not trying to torture you with writing a paper. I'm not, oh, why are you making us actually do this? Like handwrite something or articulate in such a way. It's, I'm doing it sometimes for the sheer ick of it all, of like you having to sit with the struggle and work piece by piece to get through it, so that next time when you face this challenge, it's not so much a challenge anymore. Now it's like, I've been here before. I've done this before. I can get through it. It's not so bad. But if we have artificial intelligence for everything we do, and we can always just, ChatGPT, help me out here, we're doomed as a society.
Yeah.
AI to me, one of the scariest part to me, like long term looking at it, is just the kind of what we're all talking about here is the creativity part, right? I was thinking, I remember being in the Sistine Chapel, looking up at the ceiling just for an hour in awe of it, and that could have never been possible if the people who painted that were just short-circuited. Right. At this point, it seems like by 10 years old,
you
right?
have short-circuited.
Yeah, you've been short-circuited. AI, paint me the Sistine Chapel, right?
Yeah.
So it's just losing people's ability to think, people's ability to be creative, and just humanity, right? We're losing our common humanity by using this product over and over again. Mm-hmm. I will say, Casey always knocks on me that I do use AI for certain things, but I'm not Michelangelo either. Right? So
hey, you can be if you really try.
Yeah, it takes effort. All three of my kids are in performing arts, right? And so they will eventually, hopefully, if they become successful, be paid to be creative performers. Mm-hmm. And we see on television now and in so many different venues where it's not even real actors anymore. It's animated and AI generated images. So they're losing out, as you said, they're losing out on that opportunity to demonstrate their creativity and ability in an art that is very unique to them. And that's scary too.
Well, in that scenario, for performing artists, they have to really work at that. They have to rehearse, they have to memorize, they have to take the time to go through it and to practice it. Whereas when these students are using AI, they get the answer immediately, that instant gratification, and they don't have to do any work. They type in a prompt or whatever, and they have their whole paper written out, they scan, submit it, they're done, and they probably don't even read over it or look at it or even learn an interesting fact from it to prove like, yeah, I did write that. I mean, they're not even trying. Like, so I feel like it's not even helping them learn those key skills, especially when you enter adulthood, when you're going to be faced with things that you have to have patience for, and, you know, standing in line and waiting your turn and not just, you know, expecting everything to be given to you right away.
Or you could just ask ChatGPT to tell you how to do all that.
When is the best time to go to McDonald's?
Yeah, right. But that just kind of sums up the whole thing, is like they are missing out on the creativity and getting to like have self-worth of like putting that work in and doing this. So they're missing out what is good, true, and beautiful.
Yep.
That's what they're missing out on. And then we are gone. And that takes us to our next story, spelling. And using ChatGPT to help with our spelling. Instead of struggling through trying to figure out how to spell a word, maybe using a dictionary. You ever open one of those babies up and look inside? No, you could just ChatGPT. And the question is, what are you trying to spell?
Well, I found an interesting video, and it works really well with all the articles that we've been talking about with kids using ChatGPT for their answers or their papers. And so there's a video of someone asking ChatGPT how to spell strawberry.
How many R's are there in strawberry?
Strawberry has 2 R's in it.
Are you sure?
Absolutely sure. There's an R after the T and another one near the end, so 2 R's it is.
Okay, so I think that there are 3 R's.
Ah, I see what's going on. But if we count them together, there's 1 R after the T and 1 right before the Y. So that does add up to just 2 R's in strawberry.
Okay.
Maybe one of them is just feeling extra noticeable.
Yeah, so you're actually spelling it. It's getting transcribed with 2 R's before the Y.
Oh, I see the mix-up now. Thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, it's definitely just the 2 R's and the word itself, but no worries. Glad we got that cleared up.
Okay, no, it's 3 R's, right? It's 3 R's because it's 1 after the T, and then in the word berry, you know that word, berry? There's 2 R's in berry.
I get what you're saying now. You're counting the berry part as if it had 2 R's on its
No,
own.
no, I'm not counting it as if it had 2 R's. It has 2 R's.
I'm not gonna lie, every time he like brings up an argument and she's like, I see what the problem is. I'm like slightly rooting for AI of like, yeah, now they're gonna get it. But she doesn't. So she never gets it.
No worries. Glad we got that cleared up.
Yeah. I'm like, nothing's changed.
It's not she. It's computer. It's a computer. And that's the thing that's so crazy about this is like, you think you're talking to a human and now you're like having a conversation, almost argument with a computer.
With a computer, yep.
And that's what it means to be gaslit, everyone, by a computer.
I don't know. I'm not sold that this is totally accurate, though. To use a common term nowadays, it's like aura farming. You know, I'm getting viewers by doing this sort of thing. I get where he's going with his own T-shirt, but he didn't even have America spelled right. So I don't know if he was kind of gaslighting us, Katie, with the strawberry?
Question mark? Possibly. But either way, it does bring up the point of we are just so reliant on AI and ChatGPT and all that. There are people out there who are using AI to question about a simple spelling word, and it doesn't even matter if it is spelled correct or not spelled correct. They won't know how to spell it because they're just pulling it from ChatGPT anyway.
So and they believe this thing as like 100% truth. And then now like this next generation, it's going to be so hard for them to decipher what is real and what is not real when they see these videos that 100% look real, but it could not be. It might not be. It could be fake or it could be real. They never know.
We don't know anymore.
Maybe it was confusing berry with very. Because there's only one R in very.
What's a strawberry, though?
Strawberry.
Yeah. Strawberry is very berry.
It's very berry. Hey, strawberry is very berry. That
I wish you would have asked it blueberry or boysenberry or blackberry or
pick a different
any
berry.
sort of berry.
Maybe she just hates strawberries. She just doesn't like strawberries.
She doesn't like strawberries, and that's the real issue.
The AI programmer decided to eliminate strawberries.
It's gonna mess everyone up.
Now we can attribute emotions and personality to AI. That's
true.
That's where we're at. I like raspberries, but anyway, okay. So with all this AI talk, let's turn to something Americans really care about: football. And we are in the thick of it, of the playoffs. They've been wild, and they've been crazy. And we're nearing the Super Bowl, which means there's going to be a halftime show. And that's created a lot of issues leading up to the performance.
Yeah, one that I won't be watching.
I will also not be watching it. I'll get into those reasons in a second here. But Turning Point USA is planning on having an alternative halftime show. It's receiving flack, though, right now from media sites for not releasing the list of musicians to perform at the alternative show. I don't know. Personally, I like being surprised, so I kind of like that idea. Many right-wing influencers condemned NFL choosing Bad Bunny to be the halftime act of the Super Bowl, mainly because of some of his political beliefs and his position on ICE, things along that nature.
Vanilla Ice? Vanilla Ice? Is that what you're talking about?
Maybe. I don't think quite there yet.
Okay,
and I don't think Bad Bunny says ice, though.
Okay.
He says yellow, maybe. In turn, TPUSA promised their own alternative halftime show based on faith, family, and freedom. In a statement to TMZ, Turning Point USA said that with the date fast approaching, the All-American halftime show will not reveal its list of performers until it starts, with many now speculating if it'll even happen at all.
Ooh. Little tease. And then maybe it'll be like, what was that one show that never ended up happening and people paid so much? Burning Man or something? Like they
Lost?
No, not TV show, like an actual like concert thing.
Oh, Fire Island.
Yes.
That's right.
Don't pull that on us.
Yeah.
We're hopeful that it will be something alternative
I
to...
suspect Kid Rock will make an appearance.
Oh.
Could be.
Yeah.
Maybe Lee Greenwood with a little God Bless the USA.
Of course.
That was going to be my question to everyone here is, who would you prefer to see? I will say
almost
this.
Anyone?
Almost anyone other than Bad Bunny. A lot of people have criticized it because, like, he speaks Spanish, right? And I get that language is a unifying thing of a nation. I think as we have progressed as a nation, it gets less and less, right? My personal problem with Bad Bunny has nothing to do with his political beliefs. I might not agree with them at all. My personal issue as a husband, as a father of little kids, I will not be watching the halftime show because he's a cross-dressing Satanist. Just honest to God fact. So I'm going to turn into the alternative halftime show this year. Dave said a couple of people he might think show up. I don't know. Who would you like to see show up at this alternative show?
I'm just going to go flip it back to what we've had as being the best. And I'm okay if they would return. YouTube. And before anyone says, oh, politics, I don't care about politics. I care about quality, okay? And Bono and the Boys put on one of the best halftime shows ever in 2002. Go back, watch it.
Bruno Mars was one of the great entertainers too.
That one was a
Bruno
good
Mars
Since
is
Michael
great.
Jackson, he's been probably the most entertaining performer that I've seen.
There was 24 karat magic in that halftime show. You got to admit. That Bruno Mars show was pretty good.
Yeah.
I would love to see Taylor Swift. Hey, she brought everybody to the NFL as a fan that wasn't an NFL fan. I think if the NFL had any sense, they would bring her on for the Super Bowl
there
halftime
were
show.
lots of rumors that T Swift was going to be the halftime performer.
Well, now that Mr. Swift isn't in the game himself.
That's true.
The problem is the NFL doesn't have enough sense to pay her because whatever she would probably charge them is just not enough.
Could be.
Could you imagine though? I would. You know what? If T Swift was the act, my only request is that Jason, not Travis, Jason Kelsey get up there and be one of
one of the
dancer guys or something because he's entertaining.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with he was voted like the most handsome man in the world by GQ magazine.
I did not know that. Why do you know that? Do you
really?
Do you frequent
I like
read
football.
GQ?
How can I say?
I didn't know he was that.
I thought
but
the guy
okay.
on Wicked was.
Interesting,
There's a
fellas,
guy
that
on
you're talking
Wicked?
about this. Okay, I don't have time to read GQ. Okay, well, anyway. That's
Casey,
one way
who
to
would you
end.
like to see on the halftime show?
I mean, I feel like there's just not a lot of country. As being someone who really enjoys country, I feel like there's not usually a country artist. It's usually some hip hop rapper.
Hip hop.
So, I mean,
With bell bottoms.
I mean,
Blake
Jason
Shelton?
Aldean. Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
love to see Blake and Gwen together. I think that would be an epic act.
They would, yeah. That would, and that would like bring in two different worlds. You got the country, and then you've got
No doubt.
Pop.
yeah, no doubt. I was like, what is Gwen?
Doubt that would happen.
No
doubt.
doubt.
That
Amazing.
would be
Fusion.
if Gwen was there.
Katie, I am shocked as like a millennial female that you just did not say Morgan Wallen.
I
My
think-
mind is blown.
He is way overrated. I'm not gonna lie.
Ooh,
He's
we'll talk
super
about that on
overrated.
another episode.
He
I
does
think.
have some good songs, but I just feel like he's just so overrated. But
All right, I'm gonna say mine. I am gonna go with Forrest Frank here. I
good
think
selection.
it's faith, family, and freedom, and faith
Forrest
is
Frank.
a huge part of that. I know he talked to Turning Point USA, and I guess they couldn't come to some sort of an agreement on the whole
That's too
issue,
bad.
which is super disappointing
Interesting.
because I would love to see that guy just preach for a little bit up on that stage and then sing about lemonade.
And then have Savannah Bananas come out and do the
Yes.
dance.
Oh, that's a great idea.
But
That
you
would be a great show.
That would be the ultimate troll. You're bringing baseball, but a turn on baseball to an NFL football game.
You're
Like
bringing America's game
that's right,
to
America's
be a
game.
game of America.
Although Savannah Bananas baseball is not the same baseball; it's their own. It's banana ball. So either way, that you know what. I feel like
I think we should submit
talk
it as
to
an
us,
idea.
TPUSA. Like
Yeah.
we can help you here get an entire cast of characters to sing at the halftime show, the alternative halftime show. All right, well that'll be enough for today. What did you think, everybody? We've set up a place for you to share your feedback and suggestions at classdismissed.tv, and we hope you'll take a moment to let us know what you liked and what you'd love to see more of. Now, each week we are going to post a new poll question, and for next week, here's what we are going to ask. If you could get a free all-day pass to one amusement park, and one amusement park only, where would you go? Disney World, Universal Studios, Disneyland, or Six Flags Great America? Head over to classdismissed.tv and submit your answer, and we will discuss the results on next week's show. Thank you so much for joining us for the premiere of Class Dismissed. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to subscribe to our new YouTube channel or follow the podcast on Apple and Spotify. You are going to find all of the links at classdismissed.tv. Now, the gang and I will be right back here next Tuesday, for another great conversation. For Dave, Jim, Casey, and myself, have a great week. Class dismissed.